Welcome to St. Petersburg Together. I'm your host, Janice Ford. Everyone needs a little support in their life. One organization that helps provide that to children's Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. Joining us today to talk about how this group helps the little ones is Stephen Cook, CEO, and Jenna Civitello, who is over the Director of Individual Giving. Okay, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
For those out there who are not familiar with Big Brothers and Big Sisters, can you give us a little background of what it's all about?
Oh, I'd be happy to, Janice. You know, Big Brothers Big Sisters has been in the local market here in St. Petersburg and Tampa for over 50 years.
Wow.
And nationally has been in existence for about 115 years.
Wow.
Started up in New York City. But it's a program that basically provides a caring adult mentor into the lives of a boy or a girl who is wanting and needing to have someone in their life to provide them, you know, both a role model and that adult friend who can kind of do things with them and show them a different path of life. And that's what we do with Big Brothers Big Sisters in a nutshell. The great thing about us is that we are affiliated with a national organization, so our program is evidence-based and outcome-oriented. We track a lot of things to make sure the kids are progressing. But you know, at the end of the day, I always say we're here to make kids happy and provide them a chance for success in life.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful. Now, you've been in Pinellas for about 50 years.
Yes.
And now you're working to merge with another Bay Area organization. So tell us about that.
Sure. You know, we're very excited about this. You know, we've been very fortunate in this community to have two great Big Brother Big Sister organizations. One that serves, you know, the Pinellas County community, and that one that serves the Hillsborough County community. And here in Pinellas, we also have been covering Hernando and Citrus County. And in Hillsborough, they also cover Polk and Pasco counties. And so coming together, we're actually going to serve now a total of 7 counties. We're adding Sumter to the mix. And you know, our goal with this is simple. We think by coming together with all the great resources on both sides of the bay, that we're going to ultimately be able to provide more great Big Brothers, Big Sisters to the kids in all of our communities.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a wonderful asset to have in these areas.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about how do you get your kids? Where do you get them from?
You know, the kids come from a lot of different places. We get a lot of referrals from the people that are raising these kids who might be a single parent mom. It might be a grandparent. It could be even a neighbor who's taken interest. We also get a lot of referrals from the schools because we have close associations with the school districts and a lot of the elementary schools in all the counties that we serve. And they really look for a kid, like from the schools in particular, they look for kids that are struggling, and it has nothing to do with what's up here, but it has a lot to do with what's going on in here. And they can spot these kids a mile away and say, you know, this child needs someone else in their life. And so we get a call and a request then, and then we assess that child, make sure that we're able to serve them, because we're not able to serve all kids with all needs. But as long as we think that we could find a volunteer to work with this kid and help them with those issues, you know, we get on it.
Now, we enroll children ages 5 to 13 in the program and support them and their mentor up into age 18 or when they graduate high school.
Okay, so you do work with kids until they're 18?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you get any kids that are referred from the foster care system or anything like that? So would you know that?
Yeah, we do get a few referrals, you know, from those sources. And Janice, our decision with a child that might be in foster care is if we think that that child is going to be stable enough in that home that we're going to be able to serve them for a minimum of 15 months. And if we think they're stable and we think we can do that, then we're going to invest our resources in trying to find them a match. So that's the main rule there.
And how do you get your volunteers, or what does it take to be a volunteer with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, as we were sitting here, I was just thinking, Janice, you would be an awesome volunteer.
Okay, recruit me on air. Okay.
I've been wanting to talk to you about this. So. But basically, we talk to a lot of people. We have folks at our agency who their primary goal in life is to go out and find great volunteers for these great kids. And so we do a lot of presentations, at corporations, at churches, civic organizations like Rotary clubs and Kiwanis clubs, neighborhood associations, and so forth. Another great place we get volunteers is from our existing volunteers.
Okay.
Because when a volunteer gets involved in working with these kids, they get a lot of passion for what they're doing and they want to bring others in and to do this. A lot of people think, oh, there's just no way, that I can do this. This is going to be a big deal. This is like adopting a child. It's nothing like that.
Right.
This is like the most fun, Janice. I mean, it's a serious thing, but it really truly is fun because you're just working with these terrific kids, and these kids, they're just wanting to do anything and everything.
Right.
Go fishing, go to your house and help prepare a meal together. Every kid wants to cook and learn and stuff. And our volunteers, when they come in, tell us after about 6 months, they say, I'm feeling guilty because I think I'm getting more out of this than the kid. And that's what we love to hear.
Okay.
So we get our volunteers from a lot of places, but I'll tell you, I mean, in St. Pete today, we could use another 200 to 300 volunteers this year.
And the time commitment, it's only 4 to 8 hours a month.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
That's
people
not a
think
whole
it's
lot
going to
of
be a lot
time.
more than that,
Yeah.
but it's really either once a week in a school system or every other week, every 2 weeks out in the community, in our community program.
So if you're a volunteer, you can visit the kids at school. You can visit them at school. It's kind of like the mentoring program that we have here within the city.
It is, and actually, we have two distinctive programs, but there is a little bit of blending. But one is, we call it a school-based mentoring program, and we do that in partnership with the school district here in Pinellas County. And then we have our community-based mentoring, where you pick the child up at the home and you do things in the community.
Okay.
There's nothing to say, though, nothing to prevent you, as long as the school agrees that if you're in community-based, you could also visit your little at the school.
Okay.
And we have school-based matches that after a period of time, if they wish, and with the parents' permission, they can also meet outside of school.
Oh, okay. Now, look, on these volunteers, do you do any screenings for these volunteers?
We do, and and we have to be pretty thorough about this. But I don't want to scare people away because it's not that bad.
Well, no, it's not.
It's not that bad, but
But you have to protect the child too.
Child safety.
Exactly.
Is one of the most important.
Absolutely. And we tell the volunteers that come in, we want a full disclosure of everything.
Right.
And everybody's got maybe something in their past that maybe they wish wasn't there. Let's just talk about that. Because in some cases, it may prevent you from being matched. In many cases, it may not. So we're going to do the fingerprints. We're going to ask you, questions and so forth, and what your interests are. We're also going to make sure, that you're stable, at this point in your life, and aren't thinking about, moving to Alaska or, taking that new job
Right.
at, CBS up in New York City or something like that.
I want to stay and enjoy the Florida weather here.
But if you're stable and the child's stable, then we know, okay, we're going to come together.
Right.
And Janice, the other thing that we look for, we're going to ask you, what are your interests? What do you like to do?
Right.
And and you might say, my passion, I just love, I don't know, swimming, or I just love cooking, and I love going into contests, for baking and stuff. Well, then we're going to find a child that maybe would like to learn how to swim.
Right.
Or who might like to learn how to cook better. All of a sudden, you're together and doing things you like to do together.
Well, I think it's important that you do try to match up a child the best you can with the volunteer.
Yeah, it's very, very important, because we want this match to work.
Exactly.
And we want you guys to stay together for a minimum of 15 months. But you know, many of our matches go on and on and on.
Right, exactly.
And I just wanted to add about the match process. One of the things that's so impressive to me is that we actually have almost 1,000 children on our waiting list. So such a huge need there.
It is.
But when we go through the interview process and we get to know you a little bit more, you don't get just the next child that's on the list. We really comb through that list and find a child that will be a good match for your interests, for what you like to do. And even if you do have something in your background that maybe was a challenging time in your life, we can find a child that maybe is going through something similar, and you can help them through that time. So it's kind of a unique process. And then the first thing that happens is you go on your first date.
Okay.
Which is one of our social workers. We call them match support specialists. Goes and meets with you and the child, the mentor and the child. And it really is, you're kind of nervous, jittery, getting to know this child. You're eager to see if you're going to be, a good fit. And then throughout the relationship, starting from that first meeting on, our match support specialist stays in touch with the child, the parent, and the mentor. So they constantly are checking in, making sure can give you ideas for new activities to do. They can see how communication is working. If there's anything, maybe the parent prefers to text to set up meetings, or they want to email or call, or making sure that communication is working well, so both the child and the mentor can continue to progress in their relationship.
Okay, now for those folks out there who are watching the show and want to volunteer, how would they contact you? Give us some information on that.
Sure, so you would contact our office. Our website is www.bbbspc.org. That's for Pinellas County. And then we also have our Tampa Bay website. But basically, if you search Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa, you'll find our website. And we'll be able to, you'll fill out some preliminary information. Then one of our staff members in community relations will contact you and send you an application. You can look on the application online too, but we're really there to help talk you through the process, to make you feel comfortable as you're filling out your application. Mentors give us references. We're going to call somebody from your family, somebody that if you've been involved with another kind of children's organization in the past. So again, we're very thorough in that process, but it's really easy just to go on our website, bigbrothersbigsisters.org or BBBS, PC or FL.org, and then you'll be able to get more information from there.
Okay. Now, explain your main programs, and I understand that you have community-based, site-based, so sports-based. Explain a little bit about that.
Well, with our community-based program, a lot of the volunteers that come in might like to be involved in sports, let's say. So we have a Sports Buddies program. And we work in close partnership with the Tampa Bay Rays, our favorite baseball team.
All right.
And,
Rays.
go Rays. And the University of South Florida, and other groups to give us tickets, complimentary tickets that people can use. But we explain, that sports covers a wide range of things.
Right.
And if you like to play golf, if you like to, go fishing, if you like to go sailing, I mean, here in this area of the world, I mean, there's so much.
Many things to do.
There's so much. And the cool thing is we want you to do a sport together once a month with your little, and then go watch a sport together. And it can be different sports on different months. But if you do that twice a month, then basically you fulfilled your obligations with us.
And those are fun things to do.
Oh my gosh.
Even if you're not sports minded, at least hey, maybe your little can teach you something about sports or what have you.
So I should add,
Absolutely.
my husband and I are actually a big couple. So we mentor together. And it's interesting because I first contacted the organization. I started out as a volunteer, and actually so did Stephen, before we became staff members. And